Okeechobee. Fast forward 3.5 hours, I think it was, to get here this morning. Left around 3 a.m. in Tampa. It's about, like I said, 3.5 hour drive. Sunrise is at 6, it's about 6. Crazy foggy this morning. Ricky's gonna dump me in. Knock on wood, today should be a smash fest. Like, it's gonna be a good day.
The definition of Lake Okeechobee is fishing will probably suck, but try anyway.
That's the you can hope and dream,
just
right?
Try.
You can.
It's the motto out
go
here.
bear, go home. Just
try. That looks good. Just try. That looks good. See, it all looks. Just try.
We're just kind of getting a feel for it. It's really foggy, so it's kind of scary to run. We ran probably 3 miles right away, right? 3 miles?
Dude, you're giving them where the secret spots.
Oh, so sorry. Yeah, and now we're just kind of waiting till we can get on plane again, because like you can't see where it's it's kind of dangerous, and the water's really low, and so I'm not trying to crush anything with my boat. So in a nutshell, this is usually what happens when me and Ricky go fishing. It's super mega bite time, and we get to a spot and it hasn't quite turned on yet or something. So I start getting the camera out and I'll make him do all kinds of funny things, like stand certain ways and twist this way and put your arm up that way and don't look weird that way and all that fun stuff. And then he's like, we're supposed to be fishing, not filming. This is a fishing trip. And I'm like, but. These fish are, so we're waiting, we've seen a bunch of beds up shallow. We know there's fish moving around, some shad pushing up, everything is just fine warming up. It's been cold for the last week and a half, 2 weeks in Florida, like cold. And the last couple days have been warm, and today's gonna be extra warm. So we know they're gonna come up here, and the bite should only get better. We were throwing a lot of moving baits, like here, like that's a Gamba Big Easy, that's a big one, that's not the one I was throwing. We're throwing some Kitex, some swim baits kind of thing, just kind of slow roll them. I had a little tungsten weight on the top of mine. Ricky was just going weightless, so it was kind of just trickling on top of the water. There's another fish that jumped or something. But what we're gonna do now is, the big fish we've caught so far have been from pitching the pieces of like buggy whips and stuff that are like outside of those areas, because I don't think they're quite up to ready to be on those beds. I think that'll happen later in the afternoon around 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock. Sun gets a little bit higher. So because we're in an area that there's a lot of sand and potential for beds to be up here, and there's a lot of pre-spawners probably up here, I'm gonna tie in a little prop bait, especially if you're in an area that has bedding fish and they're not like totally committed. There's kind of scouting things out. That can be a really good bait to just, gets in their way and they can't stand that it sits there and doesn't go past them, so they just go up and grab it. So I'm gonna tie in a prop bait, keep that worming rod so we can pitch to these things, and eventually we could be sight fishing by the end of the day if all goes well. So yeah, we're just waiting for it to flip. It's already kind of going, but we shall see. I'll show you exactly what prop bait I tie on in a second here. This is a prop bait. This is like a little bluegill size, just like a smaller one. There's a devil's horse, there's a bunch of people who make them, whatever, but for the most part, this is the one I like throwing. The only thing is you have to replace the trebles, which I will have to do here in a second, because it's a cheaper bait and it comes with cheaper trebles. So I'm gonna put some Mustad triple grips on there. Should be golden. The reason I want you to throw a prop bait is because if these fish are pre-spawn or they're even guarding their beds at least a bit, this bait just sits on top of them and annoys the crap out of them. Looks like a little bluegill, and that's the main thing that's going to steal these fish's eggs or whatever on the beds. It's going to be the biggest threat to their fry, to everything. So they freaking hate prop baits. And you can sit there and switch it and they'll just swirl on it. So ideally you'd have, I think the rod I have at home that I forgot is a 7.2 medium heavy mod. Throw it on thick braid, and then what you have to do is, because there's a prop there, right? And you want the bait to float, not sink, and braid, when it gets saturated with water, it'll start sinking, is you put a mono leader on there. Not fluoro, because fluoro will just pull it down and you won't be able to get the pop you want. Even though mono stretches a little bit, having a solid braided line the whole way through is fine. You're going to get plenty of stretch. And this rod I have it on, I put on a 7.4 heavy, not the ideal rod for this. But knowing that I have a stiff rod, knowing that it's braid and a thick leader, I'm not gonna be jacking these fish. This bait isn't meant for that. It's meant for slowly kind of reeling into them and getting a solid hooks in them, because they don't crush it. They just kind of grab it and take it down, so to speak. So not the ideal setup for rod wise, but the line and the leader will be perfect. Just gotta switch out the trebles in this thing, and then we'll be good. And we'll have another rod that we can try and catch these fish with. So we're moving up and going back to be find all the beds, because the sun is out and it should be freaking good.
I'm gonna use the bacon. At least 5. Oh, goody. Oh.
I'm only giant. I'm only blagging. At least 10-pounder. Jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh. But it's a good fish. Hey, it's still a good fish, though.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, just get that. You better not put that thing in my boat.
You got one of them grabber deals.
Yeah, yes, we have pliers. Yep. That is a mudfish if I've ever seen one. Finished up. We just took some pictures, which was kind of cool. Ricky only went through 2 worms today.
So many things.
So many. Someone's got to figure out a way to. I'm gonna say someone's got to figure out a way to recycle those. There's got to be a company that does it.
Absolutely.
Someone. I don't know if they're gonna make it to that company, but I'm sure someone does it. So, yeah.
You did have Cincos, dude.
I did have like 5 left. Yeah, but they're 5 inches, not 6. But yeah, Cincos, yeah, not 6-0s.
We ran out of 6.
Semi. I know we had those. And we had green pumpkin ones too, just not plain black and blue. I bet you we went through
7, 8 bags.
Yeah, 7 or 8 bags of Gambler Cincos. I know what they're called.
That is.
Shout out to Jesse Mizell for the hookup on those. Yeah, we're out of here. No fog, so we can actually run like straight back. It shouldn't be a big deal. Probably should turn my units on. And until next time, Okeechobee.
Hydrate to dominate.
This is how you take off in 1.5 feet of water. You trimmer down, bud. Right about there. Ricky's up front, and we go yay yay.